Grain maize, also known as corn, is one of the most widely cultivated cereal crops in the world. It serves as an important source of food, animal feed, and industrial raw materials. Due to its high productivity and economic value, grain maize play a significant role in agriculture, global food security, and various industrial sectors. Therefore, it is important to examine how significant the role of grain maize is in industrial development as a valuable resource in the global economy.
Grain maize is an important agricultural commodity that serves as a major raw material in the livestock and poultry feed industry. In Malaysia, the demand of grain maize continues to increase due to growth of the livestock sector. However, domestic production remains limited, causing the country to rely heavily on import to meet local demand. This dependence on import grain maize has posed Malaysia to various challenges, including global price fluctuation, supply chain disruption, and food security risks. To address this issue, the Malaysian government has introduced several domestic policy and international trade strategy to strengthen local grain maize production and ensure a stable feed supply. Therefore, this case study examines the domestic and international policy affecting the Malaysian grain maize industry, as well as their impact on farmer, the livestock sector, and the international economy. First, let me explain about the policy related to Malaysian grain maize industry. Malaysia's grain maize industry is guided by the National Agri-Food Policy. This policy aims to strengthen food security, reduce dependence on import feed ingredients, and encourage local grain maize production through modernization, research, and investment support. Next, move to national subsidies. The government provides subsidies and financial assistance for seed, fertilizer, pesticide, and other agricultural inputs. This subsidy helps reduce production costs, improve farmer profitability, and encourage greater participation in grain maize cultivation. Move to land use regulations. Land use regulation encourages the use of suitable and ideal agricultural land of grain maize cultivations. The government also implements biosecurity and plant quarantine measures to protect crops from pests and disease, encouraging sustainable agricultural development. Lastly, tax incentives provided by the government. The government offers tax incentives such as pioneer status and investment tax allowance to attract investment in agriculture. This incentive encourages modern farming practice, increase private sector participations, and strengthen the competitiveness of the grain maize industry.
Malaysia grain maize industry is strongly influenced by international policy because the country relies heavily on imported maize to meet the demand of the livestock and poultry sector. International trade regulation, food security policy, and global market conditions affect the availability, price, and supply of the grain maize. Therefore, Malaysia must continuously adapt its agricultural and trade policy to ensure a stable supply of grain maize while maintaining national food and feed security. Free trade agreement help facilitate the importation of grain maize from major exporting countries by reducing trade barrier and promoting smoother market access. This agreement enables Malaysia to secure a stable supply of grain maize at competitive price, which is important for the livestock feed industry. As a result, feed manufacturers and livestock producers benefit from lower input costs, helping to maintain the affordability of poultry and livestock products. Tariff policy influences the cost of importing grain maize into Malaysia. Generally, no import tariff help ensure that grain maize remain affordable for feed manufacturers and livestock producers. However, while lower tariff benefit the livestock industry, they can also create competition for local grain maize producers. Therefore, the government must balance the need for affordable import with effort to encourage domestic grain maize production. International quality and phytosanitary standards are important in ensuring that imported grain maize is safe, high quality, and free from harmful pests and disease. Compliance with this standard protect Malaysia's agricultural sector and ensure that feed manufacturers receive products that meet international requirements. At the same time, adherence to global standards improve industry competitiveness and support Malaysia's participation in international agricultural trade.
I will talk about challenges and opportunities topic. on grain maize in Malaysia. Malaysia remains highly dependent on imported grain maize to meet the demand of its livestock and poultry industry. This dependence exposed the country to global price fluctuation, supply chain disruption, and exchange rate volatility, which the main point of two, which is land availability and production cost, which is limited agriculture, land and high production costs, are major challenge affecting the expansion of grain maize cultivation in Malaysia. Farmers often face high expenses related to seed, fertilizer, machinery and labor. It's making local production less competitive than imported maize. Nevertheless, government initiatives such as land development, subsidy and financial assistance, the main point of three is technology adoption. The adoption of modern agriculture technologies remains a challenge for some grain maize to produce due to limited access to advanced equipment, technician knowledge and investment capital. As a result, productivity level may remain lower compared to major maize producing countries. However, advancement in mechanization, precision farming and research and development under NAP 2.0 offer significant opportunity to improve yields, reduce production costs and enhance long-term industry sustainability. The last main point is trade competitiveness and international market opportunities, which is international trade policy, quality standard and market competition create both challenge and opportunities for the grain maize industry. While compliance with international standards may increase production and quality control costs, it also improves product credibility and market access. In addition, trade agreement and growing global demand for agriculture commodity provide opportunities for Malaysia to strengthen its grain maize value chain and enhance the competitiveness of its agri-food sector.
In conclusion, the Malaysian grain maize industry plays a crucial role in supporting the livestock sector and strengthening national food security. This case study found that domestic policies such as the National Agri-Food Policy, government subsidies, land use regulation and tax incentive have helped encourage local grain maize production, improve farmer productivity and attract investment into the industry. At the same time, international trade policy and standard continue to influence Malaysian grain maize supply due to the country's reliance on import. Therefore, continuous government support, technological advancement and stronger collaboration between stakeholders are essential to reduce import dependency and ensure the long-term sustainability and competitiveness of Malaysian grain maize industry.